the Mach E with skinny, terribly skiddy, bouncy, stock Michelin tires. I have no idea why they put these on this thing. They're terrible. Can't quite avoid an accident with these suckers. So we had to put something real on them as soon as possible. Original Mach E tire compared to the big old meats we put on the rear to replace these. These stock wheels and tires for the Mach E are terrible. I'm guessing they only developed the GT with some decent tires, because all the standard Mach E's and the premiums all come with these little skinny for a car that's over 2 tons, but these guys are heavy wheels, 7-inch wide, and the tires, these Michelins, I've never rode on such bad Michelins. They're supposed to be run flats, 225 wide compared to 245 on the 20s on the fronts of our 8.5s, and then 275s on the rears with 10s. The car handles so much better now. These tires slid all over the place, and they bounced like crazy every time you hit a bump or went over a speed hump. They would just bounce the whole rear end of the car. Now with the 275 Performance All Seasons on there, they ride really nice. They literally cut the bounce in half. It cut our stopping distance in half too. The stock tires would just slide everywhere. Within 2 weeks of getting the car, I almost hit a deer that I could have stopped in my big ass truck in plenty of time, but the deer just barely eked by me. It was crazy, and the wife, she almost got smacked in traffic a couple times trying to stop in time to avoid people like cutting off or turning in front of her, things like that. So had to go for definitely upgrade in tires and fitment to make it look better. Now I got a nice set of wheels, kind of mimicked the Ford-ish, the gloss black with machine finish edges, but the wife did want all black wheels, and this guy got really chewed up in the curbing, so I want to show you how we're going to fix that and then repaint. For really big gouges and things like that, I come in with a file and actually just work it over really well for a start. And it lets you keep things pretty flat and flush too. Just cut right in there. lot better, pretty quickly. And I'll show you the next steps. Once you get all the big chunky chunks taken care of with a file, get it down to, and I even kind of like around the edge, because we're going to go with a satin finish black, so you won't notice the sharpness as much anyway. But anyway, you're going to go from the file and then go to a sander. I prefer a square pad type just to keep the edges as flat as we can. And let's see how that cuts it down more. And basically, we're going to start with a rough texture and then go finer and finer. You probably want to hit like at least down to like maybe a 220 range if you want it real smooth. And then we're going to actually have to hand sand the glossy stuff just to get some adhesion with the primer. Alright, then you just scuff. Use some like 400, 300 will work too. Anything that's relatively fine. And just scuff up the gloss that hasn't been touched yet. Get it ready for paint. So I'm trying out this Raptor wheel paint in satin black. I did a Raptor primer first. I read some good things about it. Seems like it's pretty tough stuff. And found some at the local AutoZone, so figured I'd give it a whirl in doing these things. This is my sample wheel. So it was a cracked fifth wheel I had out of the all the Mach E wheels that I just did a replacement on, so I figured I'd show you guys how to refinish it on this wheel totally off the car. And now I did all the refinishing work on the other wheels, and then mounted and balanced the tires before painting, and then just masked off the tires to paint, so I didn't chance, you know, gouging up or anything on the mounting and balancing parts of the wheel stuff. So I totally recommend, if you don't need tires and you want to just do this on the car, just sand them and all right on with the tires on, mask off the tires and paint them. It'll be, you know, less chance of gouging, and you can let the paint cure real well. A lot of shaking in between. You know, every few squirts of this stuff, you want to keep it shaking and get real good coverage. Alright, we'll show you this all finished on the car. Boom. That's a nice set of wheels. After 2 years and over 45,000 miles, they're all refreshed now and in this nice satin black. Looking all brand new again. We're all trimmed up, and now we've got our nice neats back on the car. Concave in the back, a little less concave up front. Some wide 275s in the back, 245s up front, 10-inch in the back wheels, and 8.5s up front. That looks pretty nice, all murdered out and uncurb-rashed. All right.